by for mission launch. It ain't a Friday if there's no roll call Friday, huh?
Nope.
Are the lines up?
Yes, sir.
They look good? That's as expected. We'll talk about it on the way up. Alright. That's on. Houston, this is Boston speaking. Mission launch for Roll Call Friday in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! Covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
What's up, Brigade? How are you? Welcome into a Roll Call Friday episode of the Bostonian versus the book. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys are watching us on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the book or on our Twitter X channel at Boston versus the book. We are replayed on Sports Grid Television each and every night and on Sirius XM channel 159. And today is a special show. Today is a different type of show. And today is a day that we actually get to tell you guys what is going on. Opening line in 1 second will tell you all about what is happening, what has happened. And then later on today, during the show, the one, the only Dave Sharapan will be on the show today. Now, this will not be a Roll Call Friday like other days. The roll call is going to be one. The roll call is going to be Dave. And we're going to have him on the program to talk about everything that's been going on and everything that he wrote about this morning on Twitter, where he made it known about what is going on and what has taken him off of this show and why he has not been here. But it is, I think, a moment for a lot of us to reflect. And this show, if nothing, this show has been a place for honesty and real conversations about a variety of things going on in not just my life or Dave's life, but you guys and what's been going on in your life. And when Dave said the line, always forward, never straight, I'm not sure we really thought that it was going to be the mantra for the program. It was a really good line. And he used it on the softball field with his teams and his daughters. And it was something that fit. It worked for our show as to what we were trying to do. But that line has never been more appropriate than today. As what has happened? Well, we will do basketball. We will do baseball. We will do picks. We will do news of the industry and Ohtani watch. And I'm going to do all of that, okay? I'm going to give you a show. It's not going to be all about what's happening. But I think because of how significant this story is, it does deserve a large chunk of the show today. And Dave is going to come on, and Dave is going to talk to you in his own words to tell you about what's going on. But in our words, in our own situation as to what we can do for him, I think we do have a role here even before he gets here. And that's the opening line. Okay, so you guys have all been asking. Okay, you've all been asking. You've all been curious. I've gotten DMs and text messages and everything else. Are you and Dave breaking up? Is the show ending? No. Show's not going anywhere. What's going on? It hasn't been my place to tell you, anyone for that matter, about what's going on with Dave's health. because it's the most private thing. If he didn't want you to know, well, I'm not the one that's going to tell you. And people were coming to me and they were asking me, like, Matt, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And I was not comfortable telling anyone. This morning, Dave determined that now is the time to tell everybody as to what's going on. And he went on Twitter, and as Dave does so eloquently in his own words, it's on the screen right now. If you're listening to the audio podcast, I'm going to read to you an excerpt of the Twitter thread. If you want to read the entire thing, you can go to Twitter X at SportsBKConsig and read this entire exchange. But as Dave often does, he started it with story time from the book. Almost 5 years ago, as Dave wrote this morning, I woke up from a dream and was told, you had a stroke. A few weeks ago, I was told, quote, you have cancer. 3 words, life-changing. Some of you have heard them about you or someone in your life. When it happens, there is no playbook for it. Everything changes. But when you try to keep as much the same as you can, for me, that meant doing what I have done for 4 years now, doing TV shows, talking about sports, radio hits all over the country. As long as there are games, we can talk. Recently, it has become extremely hard for me to talk for more than a few sentences at a time. The doctor said to do what you can while you can, but listen to your body. They said the same thing when I had the stroke. I've always been a good listener, and now it's a good time to talk less. Dave will tell you what is going on. Dave will tell you what he's battling with. And Dave needs our support. There is a GoFundMe that has been set up by you guys in the brigade. Mikey Awesome has set it up, and I am incredibly thankful to him. They set a goal of $8,000, and they hit the goal before 10 a.m. this morning. Okay? As I knew you guys would. I knew the brigade would be there. I knew the people that have learned, who have met, who have been lucky enough to call Dave their friend. I knew this would happen, that you guys would run to it. But there is a GoFundMe set up right now. And to donate, we have placed it, and if it's not there yet, it's going to be there today, where you guys can go to thebvbshow.com and click the link. The quicker way, if it's not there right now, because SoCal GGen had to update that this morning. So if it's not on our website as of yet, the quickest way is just to go to my Twitter account, at Sports Talk Matt. It's pinned to the top, at Sports Talk Matt, 2 T's. It's pinned at the top, where you guys can go and click on it and go and donate. We are asking for today, no super chats, okay? If you would like to give a super chat, which you guys often do on Roll Call Fridays, please donate to the GoFundMe. Don't send it to this. Don't send it to the super chat. It's not that we don't want YouTube to get their cut, just not today. All right. So when you give a super chat, a percentage of that money goes to YouTube because we're using their platform to do the show. So they run the super chats. So it's a benefit to them. So I don't want to say it's bad. Don't stop doing super chats. Just for today, if you're going to do that, GoFundMe does take a percentage of whatever we raise. It's just not nearly as large of a percentage as what YouTube takes off the top. And we want this money to go directly to Dave, Jessica, and the 3 Consig kids. We want to help them because Dave is not going to be able to work. And I think that's the topic of the opening line. Now that we can talk about it, we can talk about always forward, never straight. And we can talk about how quickly lives can change and how quickly things can hit us, but also how we are all dealing with things, big things. And oftentimes this show has been a place where we have gone and helped other people. Just recently, remember what happened with our friend Emery?
Hey, Mom, I got the one and only Dave Matthews here right
Moby.
now. And
Hey, Moby, all the best and all the strength you need whenever you need it. Okay?
we love you, Mom. Thank you, Dave.
I mean, that's Dave Matthews. It's an unbelievable gesture on Dave Matthews' part, just to send a video, just to say to Emerson Latzia, great friend of the program, to his mom. And we had Emerson on, and we let Emerson talk, and we talked about the GoFundMe that they've got and the money they're trying to raise for his mom and everything else. Because as a society, we all need help, but we don't feel comfortable asking for it. I'm asking you to help Dave and his family. Me, not Dave. I'm asking you to help them. It's awkward to ask when you work and you work for a living and then you know you're not going to be able to work for a long time. Dave has surgery scheduled. Again, I'll let him explain it later on in the program when he comes on, whatever he feels comfortable sharing. But I know he has written about it on X today, so we can talk about it. He has a surgery scheduled. He's not going to be able to work for a long time. And while I know we all love to think that we live in this incredible situation where we don't need to work, that if our jobs ended and we didn't have to work and Dave didn't do Sports Grade or didn't do BvB and the sponsors that we talk to all the time, and like this football season, that we didn't need those sponsors to keep the show alive. You know, when we talk about the show and what BvB is, if you guys think we're making like 6 figures each off this show, dream on. Okay, that's not happening. So a disruption like this, where Dave is not able to work for us here on BvB and for Sports Grid and everywhere else, all the other stuff that Dave has done, is a massive financial burden. Dave is going to UCLA, to California, where he will have the procedure. And that's going to take him, you know, flights, car rentals, hotels. Like, there's major expenses coming for this. Major expenses that are going to be a big part of this, a big problem. Sorry, I don't know who that is. They called me 4 times in a row. So on days like today, you tend to kind of get a little bit more weary of people who call you 4 times in a row. I don't know who that person is, but stop calling me 4 times in a row. I think there's a moment in all of our lives where everything becomes crystal clear. And I can speak because I'm speaking with Dave, and it's happened to me when I'm talking with Dave, is that you suddenly realize that Dave is in his early 50s. I'm in my late 40s. You only want to do the things that bring you joy. And I can tell you, and I can speak for Dave on this because I know he feels this way, and I do too, that being on the air with you guys every day is as much therapeutic, as much therapy for us as it is for you. And I have seen the emails already come in. I have seen the text messages already come in from so many of you guys in the brigade who have asked, what can we do? What can we do? Well, for right now, okay, right now, there may be other things in the future, okay? There may be things coming down the pike that might very well be something that we all can get behind and that we all can do. But right now, what I need us to do is to raise money and to help the Sharapan family as they go through this, as whatever happens next. I don't know the full, and I'm not sure Dave knows the full breadth of what's going to happen. If once they go in there and have surgery, how long, what the end result's going to be. I don't think anybody really knows at the moment. And so that uncertainty is extremely, extremely scary. There have been emails and text messages and DMs from you guys already that have been just amazing. Just like, I mean, absolutely amazing. And we're trying to find ways to do this in the appropriate way because I know so many of you guys want to help Dave and want to be involved. For instance, one of our good friends and a guy who has known Dave for years offered up an incredible piece of memorabilia to be auctioned off to raise money for Dave. It's an autographed cancer awareness Patrick Mahomes Chief helmet. Okay. And he's offering that up to be auctioned off to raise money for Dave. Those are situations where I am so far from being experienced enough to know how we're supposed to do this and the way we're supposed to do this and how and when and what's the right way to do any of this, I genuinely do not know. Like, I genuinely don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I'm learning on the fly. I'm sort of learning, drinking out of a fire hose, I guess is one way of describing it this morning, as to like how we're trying to get everything in place so it all can work out and people can raise money and be a part of this. I don't know if that's going to be something that can be done or not. Like, it was offered and I was like, let me find out how that's possible. Let me figure this out. So I guess the whole point of the rant is, and the whole ask of all of this is to bear with us. But if you want to support and you want to help, right now, the GoFundMe is the way to do it. Again, you can go to thebvbshow.com, or you can go to my Twitter account at Sports Talk Matt. It is pinned at the top, and there's a direct link right to the GoFundMe for Dave to be able to do this. My deepest thanks goes to Mikey Awesome for doing that, for setting that up for the family. And at last check, I'll give you an update as to what we've raised so far. This went up at about 8 o'clock Pacific time this morning, and we're up to $9,800. So nearly $10,000 raised already here today for the Sharapan family, and that is expected. It's an incredible amount of money, but it's also expected. And I would expect that number only to climb, given the number of people that have been there for Dave, who have supported what we have done, but also that Dave has been there for you. That's the thing about Dave that is so different than most people that I have met in my life. He's more rabbi than host. Like, people just naturally open up to him and tell him all sorts of things. I mean, I've done it. I've told you the story. He literally walked me through my divorce. I don't know where I would be today. I'm not sure how I would have handled it. There were so many moments during my divorce that could have gone the other way. I had moments where the world tested me and my ex-wife tested me. And Dave was the one that said, hold on, watch X, Y, and Z is going to happen. And when this happens, be prepared. And he was 100% correct when it happened. It was an amazing moment for me to go, holy crap, I had the playbook. I saw it all. So I wasn't shocked by it. So much of anxiety is the fear of the unknown. You're worried about what might happen. And I was worried for 2.5 years, basically, about what was going to happen. And the divorce only took about a year to get done. But before and after the divorce, there was just so much angst and so much things going on. And I was such a duck, like under the water. I was going like 1,000,000 miles an hour, but over there on top, I was trying to pretend like everything was fine. And it wasn't. And the only person that really knew that was Dave at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you a quick story. I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I'm going to tell it anyway because it's indicative of the world as to how it was. Okay. I'm on the phone with Dave. I'm in the middle of my divorce. I won't tell you the whole thing. There's a long story about my divorce that doesn't really matter, and it's all water under the bridge. So there's things that led up to what I'm about to say that make it a bit more nefarious as to what actually went on. But I was on the phone with Dave. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking to him about everything happening in my life, and I'm pouring out my soul. Like I'm like, this is crazy, ridiculous. For some reason that night, while I'm on the phone with Dave, I went and checked my bank account. Okay. This is before my divorce is finalized. I'm on the phone with Dave. I'm on the phone going back and forth with everything going on, and I'm just a mess. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. 10 minutes before I checked my bank account, my ex-wife had gone into my bank account and she literally liquidated my account. Okay. I went crazy. If I'm not on the phone with Dave, I'm not really sure what I would have done. I'm not sure where I would be today when that happened to me. I lost my mind, literally. But Dave was able to walk me through it and say, hey, Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hang up the phone, call this person, call the bank, call this, file this, do this. Call me back when you're done. Do not leave your house. I'm sober as can be now, okay? I'm not like I'm drunk, but it's 2:00 in the morning and someone just robbed me, like electronically robbed me. Used the password. I had changed the password. She got the password, went in there, robbed me straight up. I wanted to get in a car and go find my ex-wife, okay? Beyond crazy. Like, what are you doing? How is this happening? Unbelievable moment in my life. Seminal moment in my life. Crossroads moment in my life. Who am I on the phone with? I'm on the phone with Dave. Those are the things that happened. Those are the moments that went on for the better part of 3 years that you guys don't know about because you know about the stuff on air. You know about the conversations on air. But the reasons why the conversations on air work, it's because of the conversations off air. It's because of the things that happened. And that's not even like, there's a lot more there. Like, that's just an example of, we joke around all the time of being like, what happens if we weren't up talking? What happens when it's 2:00 in the morning? What happens if this and this and this and this doesn't happen? Like, what happens if, the dominoes don't fall in this direction? What happens then? What's the end result? So I am extremely thankful for the universe for putting Dave into my life. And I am extremely thankful for him and I to come together and start this show. And for each and every one of you guys, whether it be on the replay, whether it be on Sports Grid, whether it be on YouTube, or wherever you get the show, however the way you consume the show, I am extremely thankful for all of you guys. But at the core, at the crux of all of this is Dave and I having these crazy conversations at random times and random moments. And he came over after he got the diagnosis, and we sat upstairs, and we're two grown men crying, and I told him this, I'll tell him this today, and I'll tell all you guys, I firmly believe Dave is going to be fine. I believe that with all of my heart, that Dave's going to be fine. Cancer is an awful word. Cancer is an extremely scary thing to hear, and he's scared. And I'll say that because I think he's going to tell you that he's scared. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to be that way. And he has wanted to be here to do this show. Every day that I've done the show solo, Dave has wanted to do the show. But the problem with this show versus Sports Grid, and the reason why he's able to do Sports Grid and not this show, which you guys have asked me, why is Dave at night doing shows and not on with you? What's going on? There is no commercial break in this show. There's no reprieve for Dave, and it hurts for him to talk. Okay. So as he goes and talks for, on Sports Grid, it's an 8-minute segment, and then there's a commercial break, and he's done for 2 or 3 minutes, and he's back on, and it's a, 8-minute segment. He's talking for probably 3 of it. The host, whoever he's working with, Wetzel or anyone else, it's basically a 5-minute talk. He's talking for 3. So it's in 3-minute sound bites he's able to talk. This show is 140 minutes. It's 140 minutes of straight talking is what this show is live. You guys on Sports Grid, you see commercials because they cut it up and put it into their clock for Sirius XM or for Sports Grid. But when we're doing this show live, there's no commercial break. Like there's no break. Like, and you guys have seen it for the last couple of days. It's just me talking straight. Well, I mean, Fathead, we're not built for commercials. Fathead says, well, then we need commercials for BvB. Yeah. Okay. But that's not how we do the show. The difference with the show is that we don't stop. We just go and great. I mean, radio, it would be great for that, but that was only for now. That was only for June. In July, he's not going to be on Sports Grid. He's not going to be doing anything. And my guess is he's going to be in the chat a ton because he's fine. It's just he can't speak as well as he would like to, and he's going to have surgery that's going to make it even more difficult in the beginning for him. And he'll do the rehab, and he'll do everything he needs to do to get back, not just here, but everywhere. This guy is on WFAN in New York, the biggest sports talk station in the country. This guy is on MLB Network, the biggest cable channel dedicated just to baseball. I mean, Dave's on a ton of places, and rightfully so. And he's going to return to all of that. But I think when you get that threatened, that's okay. Hold on a second. So he's been trying his hardest to do everything he can do. And I think it's our turn to pick him up and our turn to understand it. And that's why I've asked you guys, hey, I can't really say what's going on, but I want you to know what's going on as soon as I can talk about it. And today's the day we talk about it. And Dave will be on here in about 20 minutes. And he can talk about it, about what's going on. And he's not asking you for this. I'm asking you. Dave is not asking you for a penny. I'm asking you guys to help him. I'm asking the brigade, you guys who know him, who have, say you've made $10 off of him. Donate $10. Donate the winnings. Whatever he's ever taught you, educated you, because I sure as hell have learned so much from him and have appreciated every lecture, lesson, conversation about where betting is, betting's going, history, plays, strategies, strategic ways of approaching different bets and plays, money management, bankroll management, all of it. So yes, if you can, please, again, thebvbshow.com is our website. The GoFundMe link should be on the front page. If it's not there yet, go to Mount at Sports Talk Matt and go and do that. And let's see how much money we can raise for the Sharapan family. And again, and Steve Ruddick, by the way, thank you for Steve Ruddick. I've already seen an article written on his newsletter. He has blasted that out to everybody in the industry. So thankful for that. Our former boss, Chris Grove, has donated. We're already up to 10,500 now as we go. Guys like Isaac Rose Berman have given $2,000. Thank you so much for you to go ahead and do that. And this is just, without us even really publicizing this a ton, this is in the first 6 hours of us putting this out there to help the Sharapan family. And again, we've got other things starting probably next week as I figure out how to do this auction. But Y2 Casey in Utah, you're a saint. You're an absolute saint. He's the one that donated this Patrick Mahomes cancer awareness autographed helmet that I don't even want to show you guys yet. It's so cool. So I want to get through this initial show and get through this initial push, and then we'll do it again coming up, hopefully this coming, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in that range. I got to figure out how to set it up, how to set up the auction to sell raffle tickets for it to work. Again, I've never done any of this stuff. So more to come. Dave will join us here in a couple of moments, so stay tuned for that. But he's not going to come on here and ask you guys for help. Okay, he's going to come on here and talk about what's going on, and he wants to talk sports. He wants to do the show. So we're going to, talk, but we're also going to talk about the things we always want to talk about, and that's basically sports and betting and all the fun stuff that we have. So he's not going to do that. I'm doing that. I'm asking you for the Sharapans, me, to help this family out because of everything Dave has done for me, for you, for people. Even he doesn't even know the things he has done for them to educate, help, entertain, just make your day a little bit brighter. Take your phone call, meet you at the book, meet you down on the strip, proxy service or not, all of that stuff. Very, very cool stuff. So that was our opening line. This is what happened last night. What happened last night is the question I keep on asking myself. What happened? What was that? The Pacers destroyed the Thunder. 108-91. 108-91 in a game 6 with the Larry O'Brien trophy in the building. Now, the Oilers quit when they were down. The Oilers just said, we're done. We're not as good. So I understood the Oilers. I didn't understand this. I didn't get what happened last night if you're the Thunder. I don't know how you lay down like that. I don't know how you embarrass yourself, your franchise, your city, your fan base like that. To play that poorly. To do that. I don't care that you were on the road. I don't care that you were, in a way, knowing that you had a game 7 in your back pocket. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Pacers went on a 30-9 run in the second quarter. That was it. Game over. After that, 30-9. After 3 quarters, it was 90-60 in an NBA Finals game where you have a chance to clinch to win the championship. You were down 30 points after 3 quarters. Why did they punt? Well, the numbers kind of tell you why they punted. Home teams in Game 7s of the NBA Finals are 15-4. In fact, overall in Game 7s, home teams are, I believe it's 108-31 all time at home in Game 7s. Why do I think the team punted? Well, let me read you a clip of the article that was written by Ben Robach of Yahoo Sports, who walked into the Oklahoma City Thunder's locker room after the game last night. And he said, quote, "As the doors opened to the media inside the Oklahoma City Thunder's locker room, on one end, veterans Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein sat dejected. On the other, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams carried on a jovial, non-basketball-related conversation as if the loss never happened." This is the scary point for Oklahoma City. You're really young. And since you're really young, you don't know how hard it is to come back to the NBA Finals. You don't understand how much of a privilege it is to be where you are. And the number of NBA players who go their entire career who never play in a clinching game, who never even see the NBA Finals, let alone have a chance to win the NBA Finals. How do you put forth that weak of an effort? Jalen Williams had a minus 40 plus minus last night. I don't care that he scored 40 in the game before. One game, great. What do you do consistently? You're putting all of your eggs into a Game 7 basket. And while the numbers do pan out that the Thunder should wind up winning Game 7 and should win the NBA championship, while they have their home crowd and they will play better at home because they are more comfortable, why that all is there, and psychologically, I understand why the young kids aren't nervous. I'm happy to see that Alex Caruso, a veteran, a guy who's played with multiple franchises, a guy who started in the G League, a guy who has had to fight, claw, and scrap his way for everything. I'm glad that guy understands what we just did, guys, was embarrassing. The way we just played that basketball game in the NBA Finals, no less. That's how we performed. That's how we chose to represent ourselves. Where's the pride? Like, where is youth is youth, but there's a lot more going on here to me than just youth. I mean, look at the number in Game 7 is 8.5 points. It's huge. Okay. Rightfully so. Why? Because the Thunder, generally speaking, kill everyone at home. Are they the better team on paper? Yes. But I'm not. I walked into this finals really impressed with OKC. Like, really impressed with OKC. I'm not impressed with them anymore. They're too young. They're going to win the championship. They're going to win Game 7. I really do believe that. But they showed me something that I don't think you want to show, that they're willing to gamble and they're willing to punt on NBA Finals games because they just go, I'm good. Let's go win it on Sunday. If they lose Game 7 on Sunday, they will never live it down. They will never live it down. Legacies are on the line here. For 24-year-old basketball players, legacies are on the line. If you lose a Game 7 at home after playing that way in Game 6, be careful. I'd be real careful, because the unit, who is a better unit, not better team, who has each other's back, who is playing for each other, who is playing a more consistent brand of basketball, there is no debate that it's the Indiana Pacers. No debate. It's the Indiana Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton and company, he barely even scored. He scored 14 points last night. I think he actually was under his scoring prop. He scored 14 in the first half and didn't score in the second half. Didn't need it. They knocked out the Thunder in the second quarter. They were flat on the canvas. Referee was waving over the top in the second quarter. It's over. They benched their starters after 3 quarters, the Thunder did. Just absolutely embarrassing. Where was guys like Lou Dort? Don't know. He had 3 points. You could ask the same question. Where was Mathurin? Remember this bet from yesterday? Great bet, Matt. Number 1 most bet ticket at BetMGM. Mathurin over 10.5 points. Yeah. I'm still looking for his 4th point. I'm still looking for him to get anything last night. He did nothing. It wasn't needed. They didn't need him to do anything. The bench wasn't needed. I mean, Obi Toppin, I guess, was the bench star. He stole all the bench points. Obi Toppin was great. I've been betting Obi Toppin a lot. I didn't bet him last night. I should have. He was the guy. He went off. He was crazy. Now, there's the other story, the gambling story side of this. And this is from our friend Ben Fox, who works for Yahoo Sports now. The Pacers and Thunder, one bettor will win almost $900,000 if Indiana wins on Game 7. This story is pretty wild. So the Pacers are gigantic dogs on this, but a bettor in Colorado wagered $127,667. Where that number came from, I have no idea. On the Pacers to win the championships at +7 odds, or +700 odds, 7-1 odds, before Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks. Now, I was talking with someone this morning about this, and they said, well, that number 127,667 very well could be a hedge based on another bet they have made on the Thunder to win the championship. And thus, that is just to cover the bet so they cannot lose. The wager would bring back $893,000 and change. So here we are, going into a Game 7 on Sunday. Pacers are 8.5-point dogs here going into this game. And this gambler, if this is just a straight ticket and not a hedge, this gambler better hedge. Like, this is hedge city. You got $900K. You put $127,000 down on Indiana. Go and borrow money from whoever and everybody you could possibly get a hold of and bet $500,000 on the other side. Like, bet on the Thunder, and then you can't lose. I mean, I'm going to be doing that. I only have 3 units at +110 on the Thunder, but I am 100% going to be hedging. I mean, without a doubt, I'm going to be hedging, and I'm going to take a unit or 2 back on the Pacers. Do I think it's a slam dunk guarantee that the Indiana Pacers lose on Sunday? No, I don't. I could see them winning because of what the Thunder just did. The Thunder just showed me that they're too immature to understand the most important moments of a basketball season. You never give up a chance to win a championship. You never give up a chance to take down the NBA Finals. Just because you have it at home, it's not a guarantee. Nothing is guaranteed in sports. What are you doing? You played for a Game 7. If I didn't have that ticket, a part of me would say, you know what? I hope they lose. I hope the Thunder lose because of the way they played in Game 6. So embarrassing. It's absolutely a joke the way that they performed. But, it is what it is. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't get it. It's a really weird deal. Really, really weird deal to watch the way the Thunder played last night. After the Thunder wrapped up their game, well, the fireworks, they weren't done. Did you see what happened between the Padres and the Dodgers? Ohtani watch. How about Ohtani getting thrown at in the 9th inning after Tatis got beamed and got dropped, and it brought out both benches and both managers and all sorts of talk, all sorts of bravado, chest banging, I'm going to kill you, blah, 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 blah crap. Dave Roberts was yelling and losing his mind and making it even worse. In the 9th inning, it's 5-0. 2 runners on. I guess it was 5-2 when Ohtani came up to the plate, right? With a base open, and they drilled Ohtani. Drilled him. Ohtani could have made it bad. Ohtani probably would have been in the right to charge the mound because he knew what was going on. They hit Tatis. They hit me. Okay, let's go. Let's go play the feud, as you used to call it, right? Do the whole Robin Ventura run out there at Nolan Ryan type thing, right? You could have charged the mound. He would have been justified. Instead, Ohtani takes it and he starts laughing. And he looks to the bench for the Dodgers and says, "Stay there. Stay there. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. We're all good. We're all good. It's not the end of the world. Don't feel like we have to go and crazy and get all mad and get all, everybody runs out here again." Classy move. Classy move by Ohtani to do that, because he could have made it much worse. Could have made it to from there into an actual brawl. The first one was just a lot of pushing and shoving and not that big of a deal. I just didn't like Ohtani getting hit. I know why they did it. Okay, it's old school baseball. You hit Tatis, you hit their star, we hit your star. I get why it happened. I don't like it. I don't like rocks being thrown at people. That bothers me. Okay, that's scary when that happens. However, can we not hit Ohtani, please? Can we not hit the most important player in baseball? Can we not do that? Can we hit Freddie Freeman, please? Can we hit Mookie Betts? Can we not hit Ohtani? It's just for me. Come on, please. Dodgers lost 5-2 to the Padres. They salvaged themselves a little bit of that series, but that was a wild moment. If you're a Cub fan, congratulations. Pete Crow Armstrong joined the 2020 club in just his 73rd game yesterday. He is the 4th fastest to get to 20 home runs and 20 steals. Again, we talked about it yesterday. He's not going to wind up winning the MVP. That's not going to happen. Ohtani's going to win that award again in the National League. However, with the way that Pete Crow Armstrong is performing, they call him PCA, the way he is having this summer so far and how good the Cubs are, he's going to be in the conversation for a while. Not just this year, but if he stays healthy for many years to come. He is a 5-tool player, and he is a fun guy to watch. And Cub fans are going gaga for this kid, rightfully so, because what he has been doing. He's been awesome. He's probably the fastest ginger. Maybe. He might be, but he's a beast. Chicago Kristen, 100%. He's a beast. And he's a hell of a good player. He's a hell of a good player. And I am 100% in love with watching the kid play. And if I'm a Cub fan, I'm going, yeah, he's ours. So Pete Crow Armstrong, congratulations. Really impressive. I don't know why we talk about ratings as much as we do here on this show, but we do talk about ratings all that much. Just because maybe it's because of me, because I like talking about ratings. The Stanley Cup final, the viewership, down 40% from last year. That is the least watched non-COVID finals since 2007, and you missed out on a great Stanley Cup final. The last 2 games stunk because the Oilers punted on it and they gave up. So I'll give you that Game 6 and Game 7 were boring. But if you didn't watch 3 of the first 4 games go to overtime, if that didn't entertain you, if you weren't interested in that, I don't know why you like sports. It was high scoring, not boring. It was incredibly drama-filled. You had goals in games 2 and game 4, game-tying goals with the goalie pulled in under 1 minute to go. What the hell are you watching? If you're not watching that, what are you watching? Why in the world would you determine that you're not watching that? So, but 40% down is 40% down. That's a gigantic, huge, huge drop on all of this. All right. This is weird because this guy's not a guest. So I don't know how to even introduce our co-host that I get to go back to using the old overlay and not the new overlay, the old overlay. He is the one and the only Dave Sharapan. How are you? And you are a sight for sore eyes. What's going on?
I'm choked up. Overwhelmed. Very, very thankful, grateful to be here today. What's going on? What's going on in the last, 12 hours has been pretty amazing. Mikey Awesome set this GoFundMe up. I have no words. You talking about it on the show, awesome. I posted my story on Twitter this morning and got a lot of things from a lot of people. It's been pretty amazing. It's been a while, couple hours. Really, really wave of emotions. And
are you surprised?
I mean, I want to sound humble and say yes, but no.
Good.
The strength of people is it's amazing. And you never know, what until shit hits the fan of what is going to be. And then when it does, it's even harder.
Can you, I think it will help people, and you just say whatever you want to say, but just walk people through what has happened, because I've had a lot of people who are like, I don't understand. Like what, how, when, where. And I'm like, it's not my story to tell. It's your story. So like, what do you want people to know about what has gone on that got us to today?
So the day that I left for spring training to go see my daughters in Florida and then go to Nashville and see everybody and us do the show at SoCal in Kentucky, I bit my tongue really bad, to the point where I was running up the stairs and I just almost tripped and I bit my tongue. I thought I bit a piece of my tongue off, and it hurt so bad. And I didn't know what to do. I almost canceled the trip because it hurt so bad and like it was bleeding and I'm on the blood thinner. So I was like, and Jess was like, just, you're going to be fine, blah, 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 blah. So I went on the trip and it hurt, but I was, like, okay, it'll heal in a week or 2 weeks, however long it's going to take. And
you did have a crazy nap in Kentucky, or Whitrock was like banging on your door and you didn't know where you were.
Thank God he did. Yeah. I mean, I was dealing with it then, I guess, with the pain.
Yeah.
And didn't really know. But when I got back, I went to the doctor first and then the dentist, and I said, something's wrong. I need this looked at immediately. And I didn't leave until it was done. And we got a biopsy, got sent to an oral surgeon. I got a biopsy, and the biopsy came back. And I walked into this guy's office, and he handed me a piece of paper and said, "You have cancer." Wow. Okay. So it's tongue cancer, I guess. It's a lesion on my tongue, and it's going to require surgery at UCLA. And he put me in touch with someone at UCLA, and somehow we called, and after 24 hours of crying and trying to figure out what's going to happen here, somebody got in touch with us, and next thing I know, I was on a plane to UCLA for a meeting with a oncologist and a cancer doctor and all this stuff, and I felt like I was in a movie. Yeah. And that's why the inconsistency of the show was there, because I was leaving town to go get told what your future is going to entail. So the scan showed that it's nowhere else. That's positive.
Huge.
Very positive.
Yeah.
The surgery as described by one of the two surgeons that are performing this, is a Monday and Wednesday for us, Dave. But we know it's your life. But both put their hand on my shoulder, looked me right in the eye like this, and said, "You're going to be okay." And I believe them.
I do too.
I believe them. Am I scared? Oh. This date was set as soon as it could have been. It's 16 days from today.
And you're counting
ironically the day that you're going to start back on the 7th of July. So I wish it was tomorrow,
right?
Because of what I'm going through. Talking too much at great lengths of time is very painful. So that's why I was able to do Sports Grid, because of the commercial breaks.
Mm-hmm.
I got to put this spray in and try to gargle this stuff to try to just do the show. But you guys don't understand. I think you do. We get as much from this show as you guys get from us. This show has been the staple of my day for 4 years. We started out under one umbrella. That umbrella closed. And Matt and I were like, I maybe saw it coming a little more than you did, but
you did, yeah.
I said, we're not stopping.
No.
We're going to figure it out. And, we tried to make it work. And, we lost Farrah because of it. We had to learn how to do everything ourselves, literally.
Yeah.
No producer. And we did it. So the inability to do the show really, really hurts for me. And because I get so much from it. We've met so many of these people in the chat at our live shows. And I feel like I know you from your screen name.
Right.
Santana. I've never met you, but I can't wait for you to put in the Dodgers price to win the division.
It just the people that are in the chat at the moment, right? I can put this up. Chef Benny, we've had many nights with Chef. Whitrock has come to multiple live shows with that. J-Dow Betts has come to Vegas multiple times to be a part of what we have done here. We've met guys who have been awesome with us. Roger Long, who have been awesome with us. I mean, just people that have come in and look at you. She's on a plane, Dave. Amanda's on a plane.
Hi.
she's flying to Florida at the moment.
Nice.
So she's on a plane. That's good.
That's
I'm
awesome.
glad you're watching, hon. That's good.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. But Mikey, I mean, what can you do for Mikey? I mean, my goodness gracious, how incredible. And Alan, we're all going to be crying during this show. So just get some tissues ready, because we're all going to, it's an emotional damn day.
It is.
SoCal, thank you for everything that you have done and how big. Addison, how big you have been, and how awesome it's been to see you guys come in and be a part of it. So I think what is special about the show, and as I've said in your absence, Dave, about so much of it, is it like the show's not meant to be me. The show's like, the only reason why we're doing this is because we're going to keep the show going. Just we have to keep the show on the tracks until you come back. And selfishly, I want it to be a goal. I want it to be there so you can go through your rehab and go, this is what I'm working to get back to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what's here for me.
Mm-hmm.
So when it sucks, and it's going to suck in the morning, different days and whatever, you're going to be like, mother God, like but that look of going, I got to be there. I got football season coming back, and it's the Rocky montage. It's just whatever you got to do. Just go ahead and get rolling with it, because we have to have you back, and it's not even a question. Like, we have to have you back. This show doesn't work without you.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Monday, July 7th, I get this surgery done, and it's supposed to be 5 to 7 days of recovery in the hospital at UCLA. And then there's a follow-up appointment at the end of the month that hopefully will give you the report that we're all hoping for, that Whatever
Got it
was
all.
there is gone,
Gone.
and there's nothing anywhere else. And, get back to activities when you can. And modern medicine is amazing. And they told me 4 to 6 weeks, you'll be talking like you didn't miss a beat.
That's incredible.
So if that's on track,
Right.
my birthday's August 12th.
Oh my. Look at that. Because I come back on August 10th. So the show's off from August, what is that? The 5th to the 8th or 5th to the 9th, whatever it is, or 4th to the 8th, because I'm in Scotland.
Yeah.
So if you come back, if you're potentially back the day I come back, okay.
Yep.
That would be incredible.
Yeah. That's the secret goal. It's not secret, which is fine.
And if it's not that's fine, because the next goal would be we're doing, and I'll let the cat out of the bag here, but we're live at Circa back on August 21st and 22nd.
Right.
In August, those shows are back.
Right.
And so that's where I had pegged you coming back. Like if I had say like, when's Dave coming back? Well, the live shows for Circa. And that's why everybody needs to come to Circa. You guys all need to book your flights now. They've got incredible room rates going on right now at Circa. Huge deals. So if you're looking to come, we're going to throw a gigantic party for this guy. I haven't even told him this yet, but we're going to throw a gigantic party for him coming up at Circa on August 21st and 22nd for him. So if you are looking to come to Vegas this summer, this is the time to come to Vegas to come and celebrate him. So get on planes, book flights, whatever you got to do. The D is even cheaper than Circa is in terms of coming in. But Thursday and Friday, I don't care if you're coming to sign up for the contests or not. I hope you do come here and sign up for the contest. But if you're not, just come in here to honor this guy and to be a part of the show and to be a part of what we are doing. So we're going to have a lot more on that as we go, and we're all in the planning stages. I've had so many freaking people reach out to me and all of this about like what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. It's been wild. I know your phone's going crazy, but my phone's going crazy. Has Casey told you yet what he gave us to give away?
Nope.
To auction off?
Nope.
So we're going to auction this off next week. I got to get all the I's dotted and T's crossed to figure out how we go ahead and do this. But he has donated an autographed Patrick Mahomes Chiefs Cancer Awareness helmet to be auctioned off.
Wow.
So we're going to do that coming up. We're going to sell raffle tickets to that coming up next week. So once we do the GoFundMe, then we're going to go ahead and do that. So we got a lot of stuff. We got you. So the only thing we want you thinking about is getting better. Like everything else, we're going to take care of it. Okay. In the grand total, and I told you this, we were sitting upstairs. I was like, let us help you. Okay. This thing's been up for 4 hours. We've raised $12,000 for you so far in 4 hours. We're not even close to being done, though. We're not even close to being done. Okay. Yes. Chef Benny, you're one of many people that have asked me this question. This has been the question today. Can we do BvB cancer awareness hats? We'll figure that out. Okay. We'll figure out what that looks like, how we'll do that. Yes. But in the meantime, the GoFundMe is just the way we're going to push everybody to it. And then we'll start to build off of it as we go from there.
Yeah. I mean,
yes, Garby, you're coming to Vegas. We got your email, by the way. Thank you. We'll reply to it. Thank you for your email. He's a cancer survivor. So he's been really moved by this story.
It's been an unbelievable way to connect with people through this because of this that I had no idea about. It's very powerful. The stroke, I didn't know what was going on. So that's been my only surgery in my entire life. I've never got a surgery. I'm going to be 55 in August. And the only surgery I got was to remove that blood clot from my brain. And I didn't know what was going on. So this thing hanging over my head, like, and worrying, and you were talking about that earlier on the show.
Yeah.
The worrying is the worst. And the ability to like go meet somebody at the book just to go for a ride, such a relief. The fact that I don't know when I'm going to actually be able to work, like do the shows, has been on my mind nonstop. And this GoFundMe thing, this auction thing, I have no idea what's going on.
You don't need to. We got it.
Relief.
We got it. It's like, don't worry about it. we got it. Like we you don't have to worry about any of it. Like let us handle all of this stuff, and like Sharapan strong, Consig strong, whatever hashtag we want to come up with. Sorry, Will, I'd rather fuck cancer, but like, you know, go ahead and have whatever we need to do. But like, I'm so glad this is happening to kind of show you, because I was trying to explain this to you going like, look it, we got it. Like that you've helped so many people. There are so many people. I mean, I've been getting text messages from people at Sports Grid today and like going like, I had no idea. I worked with Dave 2 days ago. Like what the, like, and once this starts to really percolate, like, you know, Brubeck wrote it. Steve wrote it in his newsletter today. He sent it out today on a newsletter. So like, we haven't even started this. Like we've just like scratched the surface in terms of like how people are going to respond to this as the story continues to grow, because you do shows all over the country.
All over.
So like everyone, so many people know you more than you know that they know you. And
Yep.
so they're going to want to help you. They're going to want to be there, and we want to be there. The brigade wants to be there. And yeah, the people who are in this chat every day are the ones that are there. Sports Avenger, can't wait to see you. Come to Vegas. I'll have full details. Stay tuned. Full details as to what that's going to look like. But like we want everyone to understand from all of us. You understand from all of us that like, don't worry. Like whatever you guys need, if Jessica needs food, if Jessica needs someone to go to the supermarket, Jessica needs whatever you guys need, we got it. Just go and kick cancer's ass. Go and get healthy, and we'll worry about everything else.
Yeah, that's the main goal. But as you said, when you have that unknown,
Yeah,
and you let that get in there a little bit, it's been tough to sleep.
Yeah.
The pain in my mouth is making it tough to eat food. Drinking a lot of stuff like smoothies and all kind of crap. So people have asked me, like, I was down at Circa a few days ago, and they're like, dude, what are you doing? You look great. You're in great shape. And I'm like, well,
that was
trying my best.
That was the message from my mom. My mom hadn't seen you in a while, and she wrote me, she sent me a text, and she said, what's Dave doing? She thought you were on like Ozempic.
Yeah.
No. I was like, no, this is not the type of weight loss that you want. Like, he looks great, but this is not the weight loss that you want. She was like, oh no. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. So like, it is sort of that like natural, like, man, you look great. And it's like, time out.
Yeah. I wish I felt as good as I looked. Right. You know, I mean, although to be perfectly honest, like, a lot of people have told me I'm one of the most positive people that they know.
That's true. That's facts.
I am still positive.
Good.
But every once in a while, when it really hurts, like physically,
right?
And I got that hockey player mentality. Like, I mean, I have a pretty high threshold of pain, but when it hurts, whew, man, them thoughts creep in there and really mess with you, and really, really make you go, all right, what are you doing? So
your brain is your worst enemy.
Yeah.
Always. And not just with this. Your brain's your worst always. Like it's just the way our human evolution have gone, unfortunately. We always worry about the worst scenario, you know. Yeah. Anxiety doesn't come from the good situations. You never get anxious about a good thing.
No.
Only get anxious about bad things.
For the most part, yeah. You're right.
I mean, that's just the way the brain unfortunately works. And so we end up having all of these, you know, dark, quiet 2:30 in the morning moments. You're by yourself, and you know those little demons on your shoulder don't do anything. They project all sorts of negativity.
Yeah.
You know, oh, look at that! What's going on? I love to see this. How are you, Consig girls? How are you guys?
That's Jess. Good.
Oh, that's Jessica.
That's Jess. Or yeah.
Okay, good. I can never tell. That's Jessica's handle, or is
it might
that
be Kendall?
Or is it? But isn't that the same handle as Kylie?
No, Kendall.
Okay, who has which handle? Because on Instagram, that handle I can't figure that's Jessica or that's. Oh, there we go. There's Kelsey.
Okay,
there's Kelsey. Very cool. And there's Kylie. Look at all of them. They're all piling in. This is great,
bro.
Very cool. That's tremendous.
They've been amazing.
It is mental.
Oh, Chicago Kristen, you're so right. Cancer beating is so mental. You got this, Dave. When you think you're tough, and when you think you're strong, sometimes you're not, and you're right. But man, it's good to hear from other people like Chicago Kristen, like my brother Doug, like so many of you today who've reached out. I see JJ in the chat. So many people. And the reason why I said it today was because I've been fighting it every day, trying to keep working. And I was in tremendous pain last night after the show. And I was trying to watch the Dodger game, and I was amazed at what the hell was going on with the Thunder, and stopped watching that at halftime. That was over.
Yeah. Hi, Kendall. There's Kendall. All four of them. There we go.
And I said, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I really don't know if it's worth it. I want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I had to stop doing this show because
I told them.
Couldn't last. Yeah. So I called in today. Not doing a show on Sports Grid tonight.
Okay.
I'm supposed to work next week, but I don't know if I'm going to. And then the week of prior to the surgery is for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The girls, just to go back to just being us.
Yeah.
For 5 or 6 days. The doc sent a message that maybe all the talking is what's making it hurt so much.
Of course. It would make perfect sense. Well, obviously.
He said, maybe
stop talking.
The talking.
Yeah. Stop talking.
Damn, that's how I work. That's what I do. So,
right.
Yeah, man, that's where it's at. So,
this is thebvbshow.com, or you can go to my Twitter account at SportsTalkMatt. It's pinned to the top. SoCal DJ's going to put all of this at the top of our website, but he was at work, so he didn't know how quickly he was going to be able to get that up. So if it's not there yet, when you go to thebvbshow.com, you can go to my Twitter account at SportsTalkMatt. It's pinned at the top, the GoFundMe account that Mikey Awesome has been so gracious to set up for us to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
You guys can go ahead and donate. We've raised $12,000, but don't stop. Thank you, SoCal. It's up now. Thank you, man. Okay, so it is up now. So go to our website, thebvbshow.com. Go to the website, and you can go and help Dave and his family out. And again, this is me asking, not Dave. And Dave, this is me asking you guys help him. So as a group, as a community, we've done some amazing things. People whose names have popped up that have made me feel like, all right, that's awesome to see. I know we've just started this, but like, it's been good to see the support. I sent some direct text messages to people saying like, hey, we need to do this. We need to rally and get behind Dave and his family here and pick them up. And the response has been nothing but positive. So it's been very, very cool.
It has been. It's okay to ask for help. I'm bad at it. That's one of the, I've never really been good at it.
No guy is good at it. We all suck at it. I mean, we all suck at asking for help.
Some people are good at it. Some people are not.
I'm not.
I am when it's like coaching or something like that. I can ask for help and different things, but it's tough. So this has been overwhelming. I mean, I don't know what to say other than thank you.
Right.
The level of gratitude that me and Jess and my daughters are expressing. Who's this? Chris-88, been with you from the start, got me through a tough time with my daughter. You guys are the best. See, like, it's stuff like that makes you want to keep going, right? Like doing a show. Like, well, I mean, I have no idea even what that could possibly have been, but I'm glad that we were here for you.
Right. And I'm glad that, and it's also super fun to see guys like Alex Kane, who took that picture that you guys took on the streets of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And it started the whole relationship between BvB and Sport Trade.
Yep.
And I treasure
that guy.
I treasure that relationship that we have with Alex, and I treasure that relationship we have with Sport Trade. And I want them nothing but the best. And I've told Alex that, like, if you guys are sponsoring the show or not, we still are pulling for you 100%, where we're completely in your corner and whatever we can do for you. And he's saying the same thing back, like whatever they can do for us. And that's what makes this type of show unique and fun, because of the people that we've gotten to meet and the places we've gotten to go and the relationships we've built and the support we've seen from Circa and the supports that we've seen from Prime. There's just different books that have stepped up to be a part of it and be a part of the growth of the show. And, it's 4 years. And I was going through it, and I was going to do this whole thing today. And I stopped myself, and I was like, this is not fucking over. This is not goodbye. This is not over. Okay. This is a chapter. So I got mad at myself for even doing that, because I was like, this is not like I'm not doing I Will Remember You by Sarah McLachlan bullshit. Okay. We're not fucking doing that. It's not good. It's not happening. So like that's my approach, is like, we're not saying goodbye to you today. We're saying we're going to help you, support you for the next 6 weeks. And then you're going to be back here doing this show. And we have a damn big football season coming up down the pike.
Yep.
We got a damn big college football season. Your Penn State and Nittany Lions have got a big college football season coming up down the pike. My Patriots have got a big damn year. You got Aaron Rodgers quarterbacking the Steelers, for goodness sakes. We got a lot of things to get into. Got a lot of games to get into and break down and talk about. So like,
we sure do.
Again, this sucks. There's no debating it. Okay. But if I was going to talk about a time to have you have this happen, June, July, August would be the time to do this. Like, those are the time. That's the time, because come Labor Day, we don't stop working forever. It's 7 days a week, nonstop. Yeah. So like, the fact that we have this moment, like, that's the universe saying, okay, yeah, Dave, you got to deal with this, but I'm going to give it to you in the moment that you can actually concentrate on this and not worry about jobs or work or games or anything. Just go get healthy.
The girls are home, so that's good. I wanted to make it to the end of the Stanley Cup.
You did?
And keep going. Made it to the end of the NBA Finals, because I'm not doing a show Sunday. I can still do guest hits, maybe for a week. No problem. I can talk for 10 or 15 minutes. Easy.
Okay.
So those are good. But yeah, the timing of it is bizarrely convenient, right? Like, really? Like, right. It's I don't know.
If you're going to pick it, you want this, but if you're going to pick it, like, this would be the moment that, like, you would go, oh, all right. Like, if I had to have it and have to go through this is the time that I would want to have this and time to go through it. And Mr. Wobble, August 21st and 22nd, Thursday and Friday, is when we will do the party, on August 21st and 22nd at Circus Sports.
Yeah.
So,
the thing about the show too, that's so different, that I think you guys that follow it or listen to it wherever you get it, is that when people come on the show, they tell us this is their favorite show that they do. They tell us, right. Like, oh man, this was awesome. This was it. I want to come on again. People have no idea sometimes when they come on what they're getting into. And then when they come on, it's like, oh, I want to do that again. What's James Jernigan saying here? Stay strong, Dave. That's all it is. Stay strong. We got you. You got this. Yeah. You're right, JJ. Yeah.
It is built different in some ways.
It really is.
It's you guys that are the engine in a lot of ways that makes it different.
Well, you're the gas. There's no question. The brigade is the gas that fuels the whole show. Me and you are, I guess, the frame and the parts and whatever. Pistons, we just drive it. Yeah. And but without the gas, we don't go. So it's been amazing. And you're right. It's not over.
No.
And you you've reminded me of that because of all these talks. That talk on your back porch a few weeks ago. You were talking about the divorce and all the other stuff. And with your situation with the man and everything, maybe we don't talk as much, but when we talk, it's real. It's always been. And that's what makes the show so real. And you reminded me of that the other day because I was I was beat down a little bit. I was like, man, I can't do the show, Perrault. I can't hang. Like it's the mouthwash stuff that I use, it wears off, and then I'm in agony for 2 hours after we do the show. Like, stop doing the show.
just
stop doing the show.
Just pause it for now, and everyone would the only thing that I was kept telling you is like, this is what I knew this was here. I knew the people would want to be there for you, and I was like, let's try to get you as far as we can go. But once you've hit that wall where like, stop, like, don't hurt. Like, I could see it in, like I told you, like when we're doing hits on Sports, it was like the first time I was like, only I know this, but he's in pain right now. Like this isn't fun. Like this is not what this is supposed to be. Because how could you think how can you be you? Because you are jovial and fun and laugh and you want to talk about sports and you want to get into the games and the line movement and everything else. When you're hurting, I mean, I just did it to my freaking shoulder. Like, it's all you think about. It's like, man, my damn shoulder is killing me. Like, it's all you think about because you're in pain. So you pop a pain pill, great. It knocks it off for a couple of hours. Then you go and use it like crazy. Then the pain pill wears off, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, that hurts. I was using it too much. And your body thinks you're fine, but you're not fine. So I'm just glad that you can tap out for a little bit now and just spend some time and knowing that, we've got you. This money is going to help you not have to work, not have to worry about working, and just go enjoy the time with your family. Get ready mentally to go. Like I told you on the phone the other day, go in pissed off and come out pissed off, and let's go. Like, let's get this going. Like, go in confident, knowing that you're going to be fine, because we all believe it. And I know it's your body and it's your life and you're the one fighting this. But the doctors are all telling you the things that I think everybody that I've talked to who have had cancer before, they did not hear what you're hearing.
Right.
Doctors didn't tell them that. Doctors were like, hey, there's a percentage, there's a problem, there's this, there's that. There was all these caveats that they were giving to the patients of like, we think it's this, but we don't. They're telling you a lot of really positive things. And that, I think, we have to honor that.
I had the stroke.
Pharrell's the best.
I talked to him briefly this morning.
Good.
We cried together.
Good.
It's crazy.
See, Garvey, wow. we helped you through cancer treatment.
Wow. Look at that. It was a great distraction from what was going on. Now we will help you, Dave. You got this. Wow. Fantastic. Yeah, the stroke happened out of nowhere, but it happened when it happened, the day it happened, even because the kids were home from school and everything, the whirlwind that it did, and it brought me out of it better than I was. Can't believe it. This, the doctors have told me, you biting your tongue was a blessing, and finding it when you did, because it's like right at the beginning, we think you're going to be okay. Let us do our thing, and then you'll do your thing. So, yeah, I mean, JPC the fourth just said it. I mean, that's what she told me. Dr. St. John looked me right in the eye and said, we're curing this, not treating it. So and you know me, I asked them 100 questions. I mean, I took in a notebook. Jessica's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know any of this. I said, I got to know all this stuff. And listen, man, I hit a home run with the people that I got doing it. Just getting the contact. We're going to get through it. There's no option. We're going to get through it.
100%.
And then we're going to be back here with an unbelievable story to talk about it. In the meantime, I'm going to be on the Twitter.
Good. You're going to be in the chat. I mean, I assuming you're not going to be. I said, after a couple of weeks, Dave's going to be in the chat.
Yeah.
just FYI.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, either way, I'm going to be around. Like,
yeah.
I can still text and I can still type.
Yep.
I can still write. After my post today, somebody reached out and said, you have an open invite to write for us.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know what I'm going to write about right now because my mind is consumed about one thing.
Good.
This.
Good. That's all it should be.
I mean, I was so focused on the Stanley Cup Finals and was, trying to pay attention as much as I could to the basketball.
Yeah.
Pacers at least made it interesting. They're not going to win Game 7 on Sunday, but that's fine. I hope that. Listen, it would be great if they did. It'd be awesome. I thought they were going to lose last night. I thought Thunder in 6 was the number. And the baseball's been awesome. Other than the Pirates not starting Skeens against Skubal. Thought that would have been a perfect opportunity to just be the centerpiece of baseball for a day. But
how big of a miss was who was at fault? Tigers or the Pirates? Because they both could have done it and they both did not do it.
Well, the Tigers said Skubal was pitching Game 1, and that they're the home team.
Yep.
So the Pirates could have said, you know what, we'll bump Skeens up to that game then.
That's what I thought.
And that's fine. But they're trying to get a split.
Right.
So I understand why they didn't. And they accomplished what they wanted. So I don't know. I would have loved to have seen it. And then the Padres Dodgers has been a soap opera every night.
I mean,
so that's been good. But like last night, I was literally curled up in a fetal position trying to watch it, questioning my place on earth.
Okay.
I was literally wondering what I did to be where I was yesterday. I was in that much pain. So I said, I got to do something, whether it's tell the world, whether it's just stop working, because this pain is not, I can't. And if it's me talking is causing this, and guess what? Me talking is going to stop.
Good.
So, I'll talk to my daughters, the dog, Grandma and Pap, and everyone around me. If you're in town and I'm around and can come say hello, love visiting with people. I'm a big hugger. I love seeing people and giving them hugs. I really, really do. It's more important now than ever. So, there's a couple people in town. May see them tonight. Did you go last night? I didn't see. Somebody was here last night. Supposed to.
No, we're gonna do it tonight.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good.
So it's
awesome.
It's tonight. So
right.
gonna run down and take care of that tonight.
Good. Okay.
So I don't know. I don't want you to do anything that you're not able to do. So like my number one concern for you is just to keep your strength up, keep your spirits up, and keep you fully looking ahead to the 7th of July to get yourself ready to go.
Yeah.
And that's like everything else. Don't concern yourself with anything else. Like we'll take care of it. We've got it. We'll do what we got to do, and we'll go from there. But we just passed the $12,500 mark on the GoFundMe. So we set a goal for 8,000. We got that in 2 hours. We set a goal for 13,000. We were now $500 shy of that after 5 hours. So we just started this. Like it's just today. So this is going to go for days. So, just get yourself focused on that. Getting healthy.
Ish 165. Cancel my work meeting just to see you, Dave. You got this. Stay strong. Awesome, Ish.
Thank you, man.
For being here.
Nice you to do that. So what do you want to do? Do you want to stop talking and I'll take it over the next 15 minutes? Do you want to hang out? You want to do topics? What do you feel like you're up to? I don't want to push you. I can handle this next 15 minutes if you want. It's easy.
I'll hang. I'll jump in when necessary.
It's always necessary. The audience would tell you that it's always necessary.
Yeah, you've had some crazy rants this week where you bitching about Scotty Scheffler.
I told you. Well, no, because Scotty said something that was crazy. Scotty was yelling. He was pissed off about the fact that he was asked, is the course too easy? Because it was the winning score was 22 under. And he went off this big, long rant about how golf fans want pro golfers to look like, as in his words, you want us to look like y'all. And he was like, who wants to see fewer 3-pointers? Who wants to see running backs, run short, slower? Who wants to see?
Well, no one wants to watch bad basketball.
That's what I said. But in golf, we look at the golfers and it's just like, Craig Statler, John Daly, like these are not like, chiseled men. these are just guys that look like guys out there playing golf. And that's the difference between that sport and everything else. You don't have to be a certain style. Dustin Johnson is 6'7", but Zach Johnson is 5'9",
Right.
and they both won the Masters. So there's not a lot of like stuff that goes on there in terms of like what body type you have to be a great golfer.
Yeah.
So he was having a moment. I think he was there on that for all of that. We can do better to book it if you want.
Oh, I got the board up. What do you got?
All right, you aren't gonna like my first bet, but I can't do better to book it without you. So Sonic and I have come up with, until you come back, this is going to be the stinger come Monday. So that's the throwback. If you guys are OGs, you remember that song. That's Tim Halberton who wrote that song, who licensed it when we went to props and I left Betting Pros the first time to start Just the Picks. That was the theme song to Just the Picks. So we'll bring back and call it Just the Picks when it's mine. But with Dave's here, obviously, it's better to book it. Pirates team total under 2.5 today up against Jacob deGrom and the Rangers at plus 122. You guys don't score more than 2 runs. You scored 8 in game 2, but that was because the Tigers had their bullpen. It was burned. It was doubleheader, and you guys hit them. Now you're taking on one of the best pitchers in the American League.
It's probably a good bet.
You get 2 runs today. Team total under. And it's plus money.
It's probably a good bet. Although Burrow, it's good. I mean, the Pirates may win that game 2-1.
Yes, that's 100%. Very possible. I just don't think the Pirates score.
I can't believe the price.
Too heavy?
Yeah.
It's DeGrom.
So what? They can't hit either. The Rangers don't hit.
That's true. They don't either.
In all seriousness, like that's really high.
Yeah. Oh, they moved to 3.5 at some books this morning. Ooh, the total's going up.
Well, I mean, the total should be 3.5, 3.5.
Okay, but it's not.
Right? The total's 7. No, total's 7.
It's 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Total in the game is 7.
So it's 3.5, 2.5? Which still doesn't equal
some
7.
books 2.5. I mean, 2.5 over minus 140.
Every book was 2.5 last night. I went shopping. I was trying to find 3 because I was like, it's plus 122. Somebody give me 3. Nobody was giving me 3. You might get it today, but no one's giving me 3. 3.5, I love. Under 3.5, I'm all over it.
Yeah, that's probably better.
That's a better price. Yeah, 100%. It's a better bet. I get plus money on it, but Pirates score 3. That's very likely on that. Or they score 2. It's going to hinge on that. The other way is Blue Jays team total over 4.5 against the White Sox today here at home. You can bet 5.5 at plus money if you want, but I did find 4.5 at minus 145. Blue Jays at home score a lot of runs, and it's the White Sox.
Minus 145. I'll buy it. I think that's a bet too.
Blue Jays at home have been scoring a lot more than on the road, but at home they've been scoring against bad teams like the A's. They scored nearly double digits all 4 games against the A's about a week and a half ago when they were at home. So we're going to roll with the offense there coming up for that. Prop bet of the day stays with the Blue Jays. Prop bet of the day, Bo Bichette over a half RBI for him. He's hit this in 3 of the last 4, and I think they score here today. How do you feel about Bo Bichette?
Plus 155. Wow.
Yep. Him a drive in a run here.
Well, if you like the over, I think you could play this. If you like the under, I wouldn't play this.
No. But, I mean, I guess you like the over with – I like the team total over for the Blue Jays. I don't know how many runs the White Sox score. That would be my only concern. That's why I didn't play the game over. I just wanted to take the White Sox bats out of it and just go ahead and play with that. And then go with Bo Bichette to go ahead and drive in a run here today, who's been a pretty good run producer for them in that lineup for the Blue Jays. So we'll go with that coming up here.
I got 2 games for you.
Okay.
Washington at the Dodgers tonight.
After what happened last night, I almost leaned Dodgers. I mean lean Nationals because but they just did the sweep happen or did they win the 4th game against the Rockies?
They won the 4th game.
Okay, so they didn't get swept. They lost 3 of 4 to the Colorado Rockies. So for that reason, I'm taking the Dodgers.
Right.
but they had
I
a
like
late night.
Gore.
They had a late night last night.
I like Washington. The other one is Detroit and Tampa. Flaherty and Baz. Pick them.
Yeah. Flaherty's been bad. Give me
I got
Baz in the
Baz.
Rays. Yeah, give me Baz in the Rays. I am down on Flaherty. He got lit up in his last start.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
And
John
then
King, by the way,
the
John
total
King,
of the day is the under in the Texas and Bucco game. Under 7.
John
That's
King.
your first freeze. Hold on, you're frozen.
Oh,
Bam.
wow.
There you go.
John Kincaid. I got Dave, as that does the rest of the brigade. Good message from a guy who's been in your shoes a couple of times.
I can tell you this. He's been
How wild is that? John
he's been like Mike Consig.
It's phenomenal. It's an amazing example of the universe. John Kincaid and I used to brawl on Twitter before we ever met each other. We would go back and forth like crazy, and then we'd talk in the DMs as our followers would then go after each other. Him and I would talk in our DMs and laugh and be like, yeah, this is just for fun, right? Like, oh, yeah. And we built like a really nice rapport before I ever met him at the Super Bowl 4 years ago.
Yeah.
The first time ever meeting him in face-to-face. And then his battles with cancer and what he has done, beating it 3 times. And now him being able to talk to you is the most serendipitous type of weird universe stars aligning thing. It's a movie type. It's awesome. Yeah. I absolutely love that you two are talking to each other because there's nobody better.
Yeah. Connected with him at the Super Bowl. First time for me. Came on the show, said, you want to do an interview? He sat for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And we couldn't stop talking. It was great.
Yeah.
And I do what I do. So John, give me your phone number.
Right.
And here's mine. We're constantly text and check in, and he's been on the show multiple times. He's never had us on his show in Philly, though. That's okay.
Fine, though. It's kind of weird, though. I mean, why would you could go on it? It would make more sense for you. Wouldn't make a lot of sense for me because all it's going to be is a stupid Boston guy talking about the Red Sox and the Celtics and the Patriots, and I'm the hated person in that market.
It's fine, but yes, he's been. The dude answers the bell. I know he's up, so he's been my voice of reason. Sometimes in the middle of the night.
Oh wow!
Out west, where he's up early.
Right.
There's been a lot of guys that have been up late or up early back east that have been godsends for me, because when I don't know, I start asking.
Yep.
And when I'm by myself, there's no one really answering. So I start texting, and people go, "Hey, I got you. I got you. I got you." Just like you guys are doing in the chat. I don't know. Just again, nothing but gratitude today. Nothing. Every day, really. Since the stroke, I woke up and I'm thankful I'm alive every day. Right now, I'm thankful that I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay.
I saved this story for you.
Yep.
You're the one who sent this story to me about another sports book inside of an arena closing. This time it happens in Phoenix, where the sports book in Phoenix is now closing. You, in the beginning of this show, asked a very strong question about why are we putting books in places with physical locations when everyone's betting on their phones? And the answer was, well, there's 81 home games. There's 10 home games. Yeah. There's 40 home games. All these games. People want to go somewhere and hang out and bet. And one by one, it's close. Do we hit a point where we don't have books anymore in arenas? That day is gone?
Yep.
I agree. It's coming quick.
Everything's happening rapidly fast now. The books have to be a destination place, not an accessory. One of the best things about some of the books here in town is they're a destination place, whether it's to watch the games, to be overwhelmed with the screens, whether they have music pumping like out at Stadium Swim or different place like Sahara where we've done shows before. It has to be something different. If it's just a counter with kiosks, there you go. In Arena Books, the new Blockbuster Video. Good call, WV Punch Drunk War.
It's very similar, right? There's no need. There's no supply, or there's a big supply, but no demand. So people aren't interested in being there. And I think one of the funnier, and I've only experienced it a couple of times, but like when I walked into the United Center and FanDuel has a bar with no book. And it's,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that might be the future, that like you get a branded area that is designed to brand the book as a destination on your phone, but there's nowhere to actually place a wager. It's all done mobilely. So it's like,
Yep.
well, you can bet on your phone, but we're going to build the FanDuel bar and you can hang out in our bar and give you drinks and whatever else we need to do, but we're not actually a sports book.
Yeah.
That feels like the future versus an actual book.
Yeah, like the Chicky and Pete's here.
Right.
It's a restaurant with a counter, a couple writers, and a couple kiosks. Down in Phoenix, Caesars is at the ballpark, the Bank One ballpark, what it used to be called, where the Diamondbacks play, and literally right across the street. This FanDuel one was at the Footprint Arena.
Yeah.
Where the Suns play. We went. I went a couple times. I mean, you got to show ID. They wouldn't let me bring my backpack in at one time. Like, you can't bring a backpack. I'm like, it just has a computer and a microphone in it.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and they're like, you can't come in. I'm like,
Yeah,
I was gonna go make bets. Like, nope, can't come in. Well, guess what? Then I'm not making the bets. Okay, it's fine. So it's very, very different.
Ish.
But not necessary.
The DraftKings at Wrigleyville it's not a restaurant that I saw. I mean, I guess you can.
Well, they had that whole bar and restaurant part. I mean, that was big.
Where
They had 25 kiosks.
Yeah,
They had that
Huge.
whole wall was
Yeah,
live with
yeah,
kiosks. But
yeah.
right when you walk in, the counter was at the left, the kiosks were up on the wall on the right,
Yeah.
and then there was that bar that
Yeah, the
winds
bar
up
was
with-
there, but I don't know how
And
much,
there were
how much
tables.
food. Tables. I don't know how much food
Yeah.
was being. It was more of a bar that they
Yeah.
had people hang out pre-game and post-game, which makes sense. I mean, going in, if you bet pre-game, you got to go back post-game. So that was always a fun little lesson to learn with that, because there's only one book in the entire city to physically cash a ticket at, and that's Wrigleyville. So I placed bets. I'm like, I'll go back and do it later. I realized, oh wait, I go all the way back to the ballpark to cash tickets. So that's a little bit of a hook with that. But it's yes, I think the Wrigleyville DraftKings property is probably the one that you would think others would copy.
Right.
But it hasn't been copied at places where I thought it would be copied. I thought Fenway Park would copy it. I thought Yankee Stadium would copy it. Nope. They've got branding. They have all, like, places, but they have nothing inside the actual park for it to be there. So that's the one interesting piece about the whole thing. So on that. Well, I think I kind of know what this is, but we'll do it anyway because, well, favorite thing about today. I think I know what your favorite thing about today is, but I'll ask it
Can you
anyway.
play that video?
I can't play the video because I have to reformat it.
Oh,
You had to send it to me ahead of time. I can play it on Monday though.
okay.
It's not playable in the current format that it's on for Twitter.
Okay. That was going to be my favorite thing about today.
I can talk. Well, it's mean to make you talk, but I was going to say talk for a second and see if I can
What?
clip it.
Okay. No, see if you can do it. Yeah. No, I mean, obviously my favorite thing about today is everything that's going on today with the outpouring of support, an unbelievable amount of donations made money-wise, because I hope to be back doing all of this by August.
Mm-hmm.
We have the dates. My birthday's August 12th. I want to be, ideally, I'm shooting to be on the air somewhere. Bet Bash is here that week.
Oh gosh!
So
Wow, I forgot about that.
I'll be able to hopefully see a lot of you knuckleheads and people that are in the business and space. People have already been reaching out to me like, "Hey, we'll see you in August, right?" You're damn right. If I can see you, I will. And then back on this show at the latest, that 20th and 21st, for Circa is the target dates. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
So that's this, man. I got cancer, but cancer don't got me.
Mm-mm. That's a great line. That's an awesome line.
Yeah.
And I can't pull that because it's in the wrong damn format. So I can't play that. But
Okay.
I know how much your daughters and your wife have meant to you during this period of time,
Yep.
and how much they have been there for you. And I'm glad that you get some time. We talk about time on this show all the time, about you can't get it back. It's the most valuable thing you got. And look, I know you don't want this, but you've been going as hard as anyone I have ever seen in media for about 4 years now.
Yep.
And so this is a tap on the shoulder. Like, let's take some time for you and let's break. And
I don't even know what to do with myself. That's a hard part.
That's fine. But we need to find time for you just to relax. We got it. We got you. And just find a way to unplug it for a second to go like, nothing's changing. The world's still going, and that sucks. Okay. I understand all that idea that the world keeps going and nothing changes. But the beautiful thing about that also is that you can jump right back in. When it's time, you can jump right back in, and it's not like you've been gone. Like you're like, okay, so many people are going to turn back on in fall and not have any idea this happened all summer. They'll have no clue because they've been doing other things. They've been gone. They've been involved in their own lives. So like, if there's ever a time to do it, right now is the time to do it. Find something that you've always wanted to do. I mean, I was joking around, but you can write the book.
Yeah.
Like, you got the time. Find, if I only had the time. Well, you got some time. So again, on the way out, guys, if you have not yet, please, that's not the right one. That's the right one. Please go to the BvBshow.com to donate to the GoFundMe as we help Dave and his family go through all of this. When will we see you next, Dave? What's the thought?
Depending on what's going on next week, I may pop on as a guest.
Good.
Say hello.
Good.
I can't stay the whole show.
No,
obviously.
Come stay for 10 minutes and could just hop
Right.
in, say hi, and go.
Yeah.
Like, just, we'll be here.
Yeah.
And whenever you want, just let me know. And even if it's just like you don't tell me till the day of, or the show is going on, saying, hey, I want to come on. Okay. I can email you the link and just hop on and have a conversation for 10 minutes and then go on your way. So
yeah,
obviously the door is completely and totally open. Guys, go donate, please. We thank all of you for the support. He is Dave. I am Matt. This show in the current iteration will be different for a while, but it ain't changing. It's just a temporary fix until we get on back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything. Back on Monday for BvB.